My name is Jessica Miller, 34, from Seattle, Washington. I thought I had everything I wanted in life. A successful career in marketing. A loving husband, Ryan, who was kind, charming, and attentive. A beautiful home in the suburbs. Friends who envied our perfect life. Ryan and I met at a corporate event 6 years ago. He was charismatic, funny, and utterly devoted. Within a year we married and our life seemed like a fairy tale. But little did I know. The man I married was a master manipulator, a liar, and a man with a secret life that would destroy everything I believed about him, and test every ounce of patience, intelligence, and strategy one had. It started subtly. Ryan began coming home late, claiming extra projects at work. He became unusually protective of his phone. He started deleting his messages and emails before I could see them. At first I ignored it. Maybe he was stressed? Maybe work was really that demanding? Then I started noticing small inconsistencies. His stories about meetings didn't add up. I found receipts for luxury dinners he claimed were business lunches. Hotel bookings in cities he said he never traveled to. The first time I confronted him, he smiled, hugged me, and said, "I love you. You're imagining things. Trust me, baby." And I did. I wanted to believe him. I still loved him. One day I came home early from work. I wanted to surprise him with dinner. But when I opened the front door, I saw something that froze me. A woman I didn't know was leaving our house with a small suitcase. She smiled nervously as she waved goodbye. Ryan was standing at the door, perfectly calm, holding a glass of wine. "Jessica, you're home early," he said, too cheerful. I didn't speak. I stared at him and he laughed nervously. It was clear. He had been hiding someone in our house. I didn't confront him immediately. That would have been too obvious. I hired a private investigator. Within a week, I discovered shocking truths. Ryan had a separate apartment in downtown Seattle. He had been living a double life for over 3 years. He was financially supporting another woman, and she was pregnant with his child. He had lied about work trips, illnesses, and even our financial investments to fund her lifestyle. Everything in my life that I thought was our money had secretly been diverted to her. The anger inside me burned, but I knew I couldn't act recklessly. I needed strategy. I waited until I had undeniable proof. Photos, bank transfers, hotel receipts, texts, witness testimonies. I printed every single document, put them into a folder, and waited for the perfect moment. That evening, I told him I had planned a romantic dinner. He smiled smugly, thinking I had no idea. After dinner, I said calmly, "Ryan, we need to talk." I laid out the folder on the table. Photos of him holding another woman's hand. Text messages about financial transfers. Receipts for hotels, dinners, and luxury shopping. He looked at me. Then he laughed. "Jessica, you're imagining things. That's not mine." I calmly opened a bank statement, highlighted multiple transfers to her account. "Explain this." He paused. His face went pale. Then he shouted, "You'll never be able to prove anything." I smiled. "Watch me." I didn't stop at confrontation. I made sure his lies were exposed publicly. I contacted his employer. He was a senior manager at a prestigious marketing firm. His closest friends, our social circle, his parents. I sent every piece of evidence with a carefully written explanation. I waited. Within a week, his life began to crumble. He was suspended from work pending investigation. His friends were furious. His family confronted him. The other woman left him after realizing she had been lied to too. He had built his secret life thinking he could manage it forever. I destroyed that illusion. I wasn't satisfied with just exposing him. I wanted justice. I worked with my lawyer to file a lawsuit for fraud, misappropriation of marital assets, and emotional abuse. Freeze all accounts that had been secretly siphoning our funds. Take full control of the house, cars, and all investments. Within weeks, Ryan had lost his job, his apartment, the trust of everyone around him, access to all shared finances. The woman he thought he could manipulate? Gone. The child he thought he could raise secretly? Legally acknowledged only with her mother. Ryan tried to fight back. He begged. He threatened. He promised to change. I didn't respond. I let the courts, the evidence, and the truth do the talking. Every time he tried to manipulate, I reminded him, "You built a house of cards. I just knocked it down. Watching him unravel, watching his lies implode, gave me a sense of justice I couldn't describe. After the court proceedings, I became the sole owner of our house in Seattle, the family car, all shared savings and investments. I used the funds to finally pursue my dream, opening a marketing consultancy for women entrepreneurs. Ryan, he moved into a tiny apartment across town. No friends, no power, no influence, no secrets. Every day he sees me thriving while he survives on minimal income. That's when I realized revenge wasn't just about money. It was about freedom. Freedom from lies. Freedom from betrayal. Freedom from the man who thought he could control my life. Trust your instincts. Even the perfect person can be a master manipulator. Document everything. And when the truth comes, make sure justice is served. If you enjoyed this story, hit like, subscribe, and comment. I choose truth over lies. Share your own story of betrayal in the comments. Your voice matters.